Thanks for joining us, you guys. Jay Parker here with the Modern Eater Show. We're in Studio Kitchen, Colorado with one of our dear friends and Chef Elan Wenzel from Element Knife Company. And he does some sushi salsa, too. What we're going to do, we're going to butcher some trout from Frontier Trout Ranch and our good friend Kermit Krantz. Thanks, Kermit, for the fish.
Thanks, man. Looking great.
Chef, let's do it.
Okay, so this is a round fish. All round fish, whether they're from saltwater or freshwater, have the same anatomy. So what we want to do is head to the left, belly towards us. Mm-hmm. Take your knife here. First thing we're going to do is cut open the cavity. So put your hand on top, put a little, just slight pressure. Mm-hmm. Tip of the knife's going to go in about half an inch.
Going where?
Right here, right here at the very base.
Right here at the
by
base.
By this back fin.
Gotcha.
Ever so slightly. We don't want to go too deep because we don't want to break all those guts apart.
Ooh, you got some eggs popping out of that one.
Yeah, we sure do. Looking good. Wow.
How far do I go up?
Right to here.
Right to the bottom of the gill, it looks like there.
Okay, next, pull up on this side fin, which is going to give a little pressure and make it tight so you can get a clean line. Angle your knife down. Start with the tip and go just until the spine stops the blade. So it'll look just like this. Pretty good, nice. Yep, that's all you need. Now tip of the knife all the way through to the board, straight back. Now use the heel of your knife, place it on where you made your cut, right over the spine, and we're going to pop down just like we mean it. So hit hard. Perfect. Using both hands so we protect the meat from breaking. We're going to pull this back. Wow, look at all this roe coming out of here.
Woo! Is that good, bad, indifferent?
I think it's
save
great.
That and use it?
Yeah, I think we can try to do something with it. We'll do maybe a salt brine and then a little marinade with sake and mirin, soy. So now we just want to clean up where we disconnected. Perfect. Excellent. Now, both hands again, flip this back over. Right hand thumb on the end of the spine to protect the meat. Pull the head with this gut. If we're lucky, it'll come out mostly.
Well, you're a little bit better than I am.
Perfect.
So what do you do in the case where I chopped too far? I went through some stuff.
So we're just gonna have to get in here and get messy. So pull all these out.
This is normal. Do people do this every day?
I do it every day.
Oh my goodness! All right.
So now
you got some of that there.
I'm just gonna pop these in.
It's like a watch, or you save that for something. Now, can we save the heads if we wanted to make like a
fish head stew? Yeah, we can make a stew or a veloute or some type of fish broth.
We're not doing that, so this just.
We're not going to do that today. We're just keeping it super simple.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm so sorry for that. Okay.
So now, I'm the lucky one. I have all this roe. I'll just take the back of my knife and get this out of the way. So now inside here, we'll show the camera. There is
camera right over here.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. So this is called the bloodline. So this is the nutrients that the fish feeds all the meat. So we want to break that open and clean that out.
Okay.
So we just take the point of our knife real lightly against the inside of the spine, and we break open that little protective skin or cover. Now we can go to the sink and rinse that out.
Ooh, all right. So Greg Hollenbach,
we're going to head over,
is here. He's joining us on the other side of the camera. He's going to follow us with a camera. All right.
Let's go, baby. So with a little running cold water, you can take a bundle of skewers, or maybe the tines of a fork, just lightly scrape. We don't want to break the meat, but we want to get all that blood out of there.
Might have a little trouble hearing Elan. What he's saying is you want to lightly scrape the meat in there. Don't do it too hard because you'll damage some of the fish. So give it a nice spray. If you don't have a big sink like that, just do it in the bathtub. That's fine. Just don't tell anybody that that's how you prepared their meal. Oh, hold on, Greg. We gotta put that over. There we go. That wasn't on camera. So if you're just tuning in now, there you go. There you go. I should have brought that up to you. See, Elan, I do serve a purpose, all right? I do serve a purpose. So here's the thing. You guys missed most of what was in the sink. Not too complicated, all right? So I'll just run it down for you real quick because I'm smart. You take you get a little fork, or what'd you say? What's good for those?
You could get like a bundle of bamboo skewers, like 6-inch
Bamboo
skewers. It'll work like the end
And
of a
you get
brush.
it, you cut that line, you get in there, and you clean out the blood. That's what we did over by the sink.
Okay, so here's where a chef's knife comes into play. It's a little thinner, a little more refined.
Mm-hmm.
These knives are pretty thick, and they're used for butchering, cutting through bones.
ElementKnife.com.
ElementKnife.com. So, first thing we want to do is turn your fish around and aim it to you. So the belly's to you, head's to the
There we
right.
go. There we go.
We're going to make a cut. So basically, we want to take out the center bone, kind of like that fish bone character that you see in cartoons,
Mm-hmm.
with like the ribs and the spine and the tail.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a center bone attached to the spine. So we're going to make one cut on top of that. One cut underneath. Looking good.
Now, I'm kind of cutting through this guy right here.
Yeah, you want to cut over that.
Oh,
So-
right, gotcha.
There you go. And then see how I made one cut below?
You made one cut above, one cut below.
One cut below, one cut above. So I'm showing the camera here. I think we might be in. Perfect. So now flip this over so the belly's away from you. And we want to make a cut
Yeah.
straight.
Just gotta let them know who's in charge.
Yeah, so we always want to cut towards bone. We don't want to cut towards flesh. That way we'll reserve
Protect
more
the meat, right?
protect the meat.
Mm-hmm.
If we make a mistake, we'll cut it into bone, not into the nice fillet. So we want to break through the skin here and create a line. Not too far. It'll look just like this, about 1/4 of an inch in the
When you're going above that fin.
Uh-huh. Nice. So now we're going to turn this over this way. We're going to do it on the other side, which was the bottom, now it's on the top.
Gotcha.
So we're starting to break the fillet off.
So
of
you're
that
using
center bone.
you're using this when you get in on that fish, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
a damp towel works for anti-slip, so you can hold the fish down on the cutting board or in your hand.
You didn't tell me that part. You know what I mean?
I
So
thought-
I'm slipping.
I wanted
and
to see
sliding.
if you'd figure this out.
Well, it took me a minute, but I picked up on it.
There you go. All right, so now above that center bone, with the tip of our knife, we want to find the spine. So we just work our knife in. There you go. Now put your hand on the fillet to create a little pressure and just gently pull down. And we're kind of doing a double angle here. So we're going down a little bit and down this way.
I'm hearing clicks.
That's perfect. So I'll show the camera. Ooh, almost got away. Can you see what we did in there?
I can see what you did in there. How does mine look?
It's pretty good. Yeah, really good.
You don't have to lie.
Now, we want to go directly over the spine. So just real quick, I'll explain what we did. We separated the fillet off of that center bone on both sides. Now, the
gotcha.
only thing that's connecting it is right along the spine and the vertebrae.
Gotcha.
So we want to put our knife back over that center bone, but under the fillet. All the way through.
Over the center.
Yep.
Oh man, I think I'm right on target with this.
It looks good.
I mean, I'm not
Now,
trying to say I'm great.
take your towel,
Yeah.
hold, this is going to be a little awkward for first timers, but take your towel, hold the tail with your towel so that it creates a little anti-slip. And you're going to cut through the fish. Now angle the blade down a little bit. See how I have this? This is an over-exaggeration, but I'm angled down a little bit. We're holding on. Go gentle.
I think your knives are a little bit sharper than mine. Should I be above or below this fin? There we go.
Yep. Good. Now, what you want to do is hold this. Watch. Hold this up a little bit. Just release that. There you go. That looks amazing.
It's not terrible, huh?
Was this your first time?
This is my first time.
Awesome.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Okay, so now that we did all the prep work ahead of time of making those lines, on this bottom piece here, we've already released the fillet from the bone. Now we want to do a mirror image. This is where a towel comes in. We made that first little incision along the skin. We're going to repeat that, but now we're going under the center bone, over the fillet. Tip to the spine. If you don't feel comfortable, use your towel to protect your hand. Perfect.
Now we're going below this.
Below the center bone, over the fillet. And we're just going to release that meat from the center bone.
Greg, what's our insurance like for cut hands and stuff?
We're paid up.
Well, I think I'm on the dangerous side of this over here.
Okay, and so am I just going blasto right through it technically?
You don't want to blast it. You want to go super delicate. Yeah. So with the point of the knife going along the spine, just gently pull. And if you're not comfortable, like I said, use your towel to protect your hand, and you can just pull. Looking good. Now put a little pressure down here, and that'll help you.
There you go.
Perfect. Great. So now, once again, we've released all the meat from the fillet. The only thing connecting it is this spine. Well, that's going to happen a little bit. That's where putting that pressure down really comes in handy. So now, once again, all the way through, we're going to cross over once again. Hold your tail of your fish with your towel so you really get a firm hold on it. Now you want to angle this up a little bit. There we go. Sometimes you have to push instead of pull. Great. That looked great. So if we really wanted to geek out, we could take a spoon and scrape any meat that we missed on this center bone. You got a little more than me.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
should look something like
mean,
this.
you know,
That's
if you want to compare, I'll compare this with you all day when it comes to novice versus zeal, you know.
That's pretty good. I'm impressed.
But you can save this.
You can save
and
that.
you can make some stew.
Yep, stew, veloute, broth, anything.
Watch. You can make a watch.
Fishbone watch.
Moving right along.
Okay, so now we want to take this rib cage off. So what we're going to do is, I like to push as we work our way. So I'm pushing forward, but I'm also riding the underside of those bones. So we're going to get to a point where the bones stop right about here, but the skin, little connecting skin, stays. So
you can do that. Blanked out.
yeah. So sometimes I get my hand a little bit over. I change the position so that my knuckles aren't digging into the meat and I have a better hold. But you can push or pull as needed. Little by little.
couple of fillets here.
Couple of fillets. So now on the other side, I find that the right side, the right fillet, the right side of the fish, tends to be a little more difficult. Didn't turn my phone on the side.
Oh, is that your phone? I was like, what?
So I invert my knife, starting from the tail, and I just work the tip in just a little to get started.
What'd you
Exactly,
say?
huh?
What'd you say now?
Nothing.
Can you keep it PG-13? There's kids watching this.
There's just no good way to explain that.
Yeah, that's right.
Especially when there's a bunch of guys that have 5th grade humor going on here.
You're absolutely right.
Pretty good. Now this takes practice.
We're getting there.
Now sometimes,
I've got about 40 cuts in mind. But
what'll help you too is if you wipe your cutting board, because we got a lot of slime going on here, so it's wanting to slide all over the place.
Tell us about
So Element Knife Company, I've been selling knives in Denver since 2010, and in my online store since late 2015 or early 2016, elementknife.com. All handmade and crafted in Japan out of Osaka by a manufacturer, Yamawaki Cutlery, and they produce the brand that I carry, Yoshihiro, some of the top line knives in Japan, becoming very popular in America here. They offer an array of Japanese, sushi specific, or Western style knives. So I have Japanese handled knives, Western handled knives, different alloys, VG10, AUS 8, AUS 8.
elementknife.com.
Elementknife.com.
That's how you get your own set of these wonderful and beautiful Japanese knives.
Yep,
All
we have,
jokes
some,
aside,
we have
they're
something for
beautiful
pros
knives.
to home cooks. We got you covered. Accessories as well.
Okay, 2 fillets. Yours obviously looked a
fillets.
little bit better.
So there's a couple ways we can contend with these pin bones. There are some supporting structure in the fish that come off of the spine. And if you run your finger from head to tail, you can feel where those are.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we had fish tweezers, which of course I forgot mine.
We
could-
have some.
We do?
Yeah. You want to fast forward through that, or do we have time to?
Yeah, so
tweeze
let's,
them out?
just for video time, let's just pretend that we've pulled all these little pin bones out. Or you can cut them out.
But you prefer to?
I prefer to pull them out.
Just to
Just
save the meat from
Save the
any
meat
more
from-
abuse
yeah.
that you have to put it through.
Now, we could, certainly for a beautiful fish like this, we could leave the skin on. So we had, beforehand, we went ahead and scaled, took all the scales off. So this would be great for grilling, sauteing, frying, pan frying.
Yeah.
But if we wanted to get the skin off of there, we use our towel, and I hold on to the tail here, and I cut into the skin without cutting through. And I just work back and forth to get a good start. All the while, I'm putting a little pressure, holding onto the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And it would look something like this. So not everybody likes fish skin.
What?
Some of the best
Now,
part though.
I have to.
How about helping him out with an element knife over there?
Yeah.
I have to think. Let me borrow one of yours and let's see what's going on here.
You can feel it already, right?
Mm-hmm. Now that's that's.
So you can feel the difference in the knife, but
Oh,
part of
absolutely.
it too is technique. So we want to be pretty much cutting against the cutting board. So you have to use the right amount of pressure where we're not going to cut through that skin, which is pretty fragile.
Mhm.
This takes a little getting used to, but you're on the right track. Make it look easy, huh?
You do make it look easy, Chef.
So one thing that would help you here is if we were pulling
Uh-oh.
here,
Uh-oh.
that pressure.
I got a little oops. Got
That's
a little
okay.
oops
We can
down
just
here.
turn
Just
that off.
gonna-
Yeah. At this point, Do what you gotta do.
At this point, with that hunk of dead fish that you're cutting on, you can do whatever you want here. All right.
Let's see that knife real quick. I'm curious. This is Greg's, one of Greg's prized possessions. See, this is not quite the right tool for the job because it's so fat. So this is a great butchery knife, chopping knife,
It's my bush knife.
bush knife. But with the right technique, we can still get the job done, I think. And I can always offer a class or clinic on
Now you're just showing off.
fish butchery.
I'm learning a lot. This is fun. Chef Elan Wenzel, you guys from Element Knife Company, and Sushi Sasa, elementknife.com, to get some of these amazing Japanese knives that I have one at home. Greg has one at home. We have them in the kitchen now. Technically, your fish won't look like this, or you might look like this the first couple of times, but you got to get your feet wet in order to get good at it.
You
like
do.
Elan.
That's part of it.
So don't be
Getting in there,
intimidated.
Getting dirty.
Don't be
Yeah.
intimidated.
Absolutely.
So what else? So now we have our fillets.
So now we have our fillets, and the world is our oyster, as they say. We can
Whatever you wanna do with
Whatever
it.
we want to do with this. We
Look at
can
that.
brine it. We can cure it,
Here,
cook it, bake it, dry it.
Let's do a little comparison. Let's just do a comparison. You know what I mean? For that, I want to. Let's go over here. Let's go over here to one of these here. Yeah. There we go. This is novice right here. That's professional. I mean, night and day for sure, night and day. But hey,
your
listen.
first fish?
but
I don't think I did
first
that
attempt-
good on the first
And
my
on,
first
and,
fish.
and on top of that, I mean, it's just, anybody can do it. You just
Anybody
gotta, like
can
you
do
say,
it.
you got to get in, you got to get your hands dirty and jump in, and don't be afraid of a little, fish eggs.
A little
and
goop.
stuff
But
like that.
honestly, Japanese knives in your hand, especially Element knife, it makes the job easy and fun.
elementknife.com. You guys, make sure you tune into the Modern Eater Show every Saturday night from 6 to 8 p.m. on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, and the Modern Eater Facebook Live. YouTube is right around the corner. You'll be seeing a lot more of Chef Elan Wenzel from Element Knife Company on the show. So this is how you mess with trout. You cut them up, you have a good time, you do it with a good friend, and you do it with a good chef. It makes it a lot easier. What else you got? That's
Couldn't have
it?
said it better myself.
Greg, am I missing anything?
Thanks, Kermit.
Thanks, Kermit.
Thanks, Kermit Kranz from Frontier Trout Ranch. We'll talk to you guys real soon. The Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.